Okay. It is 9:56 p.m. March 6th, 2024. Um so I guess the elephant in the room for me is that it's my birthday today. I'm 23 now. So that's why I wanted to make a little journal entry today. Um, the truth is, I don't really have anything much to say. Yeah. Oh, I guess my thing with thesis. I did a lot of work, and I started writing my notes, and then I realized like I'm going to go way past the maximum word count. So my original plan was to, have like a whole protocol for against longevity where I would explain um, aspects about different chronic diseases and then also like aging in general or biological aging. But it just didn't work. So I'm deciding to just stick with aging. Although like I really want to make that protocol. I could potentially just do it as a personal project. That could be my first bio personal project. Which is gonna be intense. But then the fact that I don't have a due date means I could just work on it, like spend a year working on it. Oh, I the thesis I can't spend a year. It's like less than half a year. Yeah, like 4 months. I don't know. But anyways, that's why I'm gonna stick to just biological aging. I would probably still have like 6,500 words. I would say. Um, I hope my supervisor's fine with that. The issue I really have is my topic good enough, Because the topic itself, biological aging, it's not like a wow thing. The wow factor for me is the actual content on my thesis because I like to go really in depth with the biological mechanism. I was going really in depth with diabetes. I had 11 points with pathophysiology, which includes the pancreas, adipose tissue, and then I did liver, intestine, nervous system. Also the big one was the vascular and lymphatic, but it's mostly talking about inflammation. Um, and then I had metabolism and genes, and then miscellaneous. Genes, behavioral, miscellaneous. I'm missing something because I had 11 points. Pancreas, liver. Nervous. Some nervous. I can't remember. But anyways, and then each point has like its own like significant factor that contributes to diabetes. Uh, I think what's interesting is like they all connect with each other and kind of all combine into inflammation. Crap, my nose is runny. It like congregates to inflammation. Oh, converges. That's the word I was looking for. Converges into inflammation. It's interesting, and then it's like when I finally made the note, I realized how many factors feed onto each other. It's like this crazy vicious cycle. And the worst part is it's basically preventable. And it takes years and years to build up for type 2 diabetes to be built up. But because of our environment and I guess culture, lifestyle practices, and available food and whatnot, it is just easy to become obese, become obese or overweight and get type 2 diabetes. But also it's probably US that's really bad. I think. Yeah. So yeah, that's what yeah. Yeah, one thing that's been bothering me, I'm using OBS, but the whole time the OBS is the audio's been taken by my camera, even though I have a snowball right next to me. I don't know why. I think it's because I did something to the OBS and it's whatever. But yeah, I kind of I still wanna make it, but I'm just gonna focus on aging. I found like 50. No, I didn't find 50. No, I actually did find like 50. I think papers about aging. So I'll go, one by one, see what's good. Just take notes on 50 papers. But yeah, I made like an Excel to make things better, efficient. Well, what I ended up doing is I took notes on the papers, and then each paper is talking about, or each paper is talking about different stuff, but like of different aspects. So like a paper would talk about liver, pancreas, or metabolites or whatnot. So then I had to reorganize everything into those categories. And so basically I took notes on like 25 papers 2 times, which wasted a lot of time. So this time I'm trying to make an Excel that organizes all the information at once, so I could just transfer those notes into like actual writing. But we'll see. Yeah. I think I really want to make the protocol. Maybe I'll share it on this. I wonder if I could still submit it to some paper. I don't know. But it's not through academia. Yeah. I don't think it's possible, but yeah. I don't know. But yeah, what else? I know that. Oh, I can hear something outside. No. What did I do for my birthday? I mean, I'm not the type of person that likes to celebrate birthdays that much. But well, the thing is like, one thing is that it just feels weird being celebrated by other people. I don't. It just makes me feel awkward. And it feels like it's an obligation, and now I have to have the obligation to celebrate other birthday, and it's just a hassle. And then what are we celebrating for? Another, countdown to death, and for me it's another reminder that I'm kind of wasting my life. So it's like, but then like, today was not a bad day. And it could be because it's my birthday, or it could also be that Today was a really nice day outside, which you don't get that much, in this country. Um, and it was vibey. And also, I think I'm feeling good because it's towards the end of my quarter when the assignments get intense. But this time around, I just have 2 classes and they're both presentation, which is not bad. It's made the presentations kind of fun. One presentation, I'm taking a course in food and nutrition, so I just made a presentation about unaju, which is unagi, or like eel dish that I really like, but the reality is the eels are being endangered, so that's something to talk about. And that's like a really trivial presentation I made, but it's fine, because what I put more effort in is the other course, that's the clinical genetics, because that's more biologically intense. For that, what I did was I basically just searched up the first genetic case study on PubMed, and it was this thing called methylglutaconic aciduria type 8. Nice. I practice that a lot. Which is called a Ley-like syndrome because it has symptoms that are like Ley syndrome, and they're both mitochondrial dysfunction, but I guess there's some, I don't even know what the difference really is. I think the difference really comes down to the cause, which is that it's from a genetic variation that's not related to Ley syndrome per se. And it probably doesn't cover all the symptoms. There's like slight disparities. Now that I think about it, maybe I should search it up. Let me just quickly search it up. What is the difference between MGCA and Ley syndrome? God. It's kind of annoying, they're just blasting music. They were literally not blasting music. I don't know why. They're blasting music now. Like right when I started recording this. What's the difference between MGC I think it's called MGCA and Ley syndrome? Stop. MGCA is methylglutaconic aciduria. Well, both engines involve mitochondrial dysfunction. They are distinct conditions with different genetic causes. I think, well, it says MGC primarily affects the metabolism of organic acids, leading to elevated levels of methylglutaconic acid, whereas Ley syndrome primarily affects the central nervous system due to mitochondrial dysfunction caused by mutation in nuclear DNA gene. Mutations in nuclear DNA genes. The issue is that's also MGCA, So I don't think there's probably it's the fact that Lay syndrome has a more well established cause and pathway, whereas MGCA is looking more closely to methylglutaconic acid as the main symptom, and there's definitely like disparities between Lay syndrome, or like not all clinical manifestations of Lay syndrome is present, and the origin is different, like H2RA2, that's the type 8. But yeah, so yeah, I'm thinking of like describing the variants and like the calls and all that. I don't know. I don't want to describe it here. I did so many presentation practices. So yeah, hopefully it's good. I want to keep this short, 20 minutes. Another thing that's on my mind is, oh my god, I really want to play Helldivers 2, but my PC has no storage space. I don't know what. Maybe I'll delete Warframe. The thing is, like, Warframe was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. But the enemies are too homogenous, because it's either you can just completely decimate them or they completely decimate you. But there's no like different tactics for each enemy, really. It's like AoE versus AoE, and that's it, sort of. There are like slight differences, like there's stationary enemies or enemies that latch onto you when flying, but you can use this one weapon that melee that you can throw and just explode, melee explode. And then everyone was saying like the second Dream Quest is good. It was alright, but like it wasn't that good. So it's like, I don't know, maybe I'll delete Warframe. I tried Warframe Mobile, it was so bad. Oh my god. You can't press shoot. You just aim the crossfire. Crossfire? Yeah. Onto an enemy and then automatically shoots. It's like, ugh. So yeah. My eyes. I have contact. Yeah. So, yeah. And then, oh yeah, what did I don't think I still said what I did for my birthday, which was I just went to Five Guys and, had some food. I usually order all the way except for mayo, but I accidentally said everything except for mayo. I didn't realize everything includes more stuff other than all the way. So I had this like huge volume where I couldn't really taste too much of the bacon and cheeseburger. It was a big jalapeno. Actually, it was kind of good though. But I feel bad. I was the first customer of the day, and I just make them work a lot and ask for Cajun fries, and I always go for the banana peanut butter milkshake. I like that. I like that combination, the banana and peanut butter. It goes really well. That's like the Elvis flavor or something, right? I think. I know. There's a thing called Elvis Burger, which is banana peanut butter and it's a savory burger. It's actually really good. Yeah. Was that it? Things are fine. I guess something looking back at 22. How was 22? 22 was better than 21. I would say. But 20 was better though. Honestly, it's only better because there was a girl in my life, kinda. It wasn't dating. It was like If it isn't dating, it's only one other thing, but kind of that made it nice. And then when I was 20, or 19 to 20, I guess, I was, I think, yeah. After I graduated, I took a gap year, so I was working, and I had this like whole system where I was tutoring, doing a Saturday school, and working as a security guard. And I had like specific days, basically specific time. I had this like routine that went so well, and then on these days I'll have drum lessons as well, and then go to the gym with my friend, and then eat ramen. And there was like this routine that was fun. I was hanging out with my friend that I don't know what kind of happened. Like, I mean we're still friends, but I mean, first of all, we don't live in the same country. But the last time I saw him, it was like there was a lot of what was it, surichigai? I don't know what the English word. But yeah, it didn't really click, you know. I guess he was busy. And I think he wanted to get on with this exchange girl. So yeah, there was a little bit of, you know, a little bit of distance, but it's fine. Happens. But yeah, I was hanging out with him a lot, and it was just fun times. And I just loved having a routine and having like a good, decent source of income. Honestly, I definitely could do better. Well, now I need to do better because after I graduate, you know, I got a plan for masters that's probably gonna be in a different country. And yeah, but okay, my point was looking back at 22. Um, so it's better than 21 because 21 was when I moved here, or 20 to 21. I'm starting to, I don't remember, you know. 22 was, let's say it's like basically my, okay, 22 was towards the end of second year. I guess 22 was the start of making things better. 21, I was just not doing that good. It's just also acclimating all that. Also, 21, I was still searching for a place. I didn't have a place, really. 22, I finally had a place where I could call home, more or less. Which is where I am right now. This house. Even though it's a complete shithole. I've grown into it, you know. I think the more shithole it is, it's easier to grow into, to be honest. Yeah. But anyways, so I already had a place by 21. It was like 3 months since I moved here. Not 21, 22. And I finally started working in Rotterdam. Oh, fuck. I doxed myself. I don't think it really matters. Because by the time, if this more people watch it, I would have left the place by then. Ah, fuck. But yeah. Fuck. It's fine. Well, what's the worst that can happen? I really shouldn't jinx myself, although I don't believe in jinxing. But yeah, anyways, I started finally working. Kind of. Not many shifts with this job, though. You know, not consistency. But like, I'm not gonna find another part-time job because I should start looking for an actual job, you know. But yeah, what else? Yeah, and then back in summer, I don't know how much I want to reveal online, but you know, what I would say is when I go back summer, I don't always have the best time. It's a very stressful moment for me. But at least last year, when I went back summer, it wasn't that bad, you know. But I think it's also because I tortured myself by going to work. Um, and the thing is, when I'm like busy working, I don't get as much, you know, shit on. That's the as explicit as I would like to go. So yeah, but things went well because, anyways, you know, and I don't mind. I don't know this sad to say, but I'd rather, you know, physically fuck myself than to have to go through certain stressful situations. If that's a sacrifice, I don't mind at all. And it was an experience. And one thing though, going back summer is just, hanging out with my high school friends. It just felt different. The magic was gone. Maybe I'm disillusioned, or maybe I just hyped that nostalgia too much or whatever, and when I realized things have changed, things are different, whatever, or maybe I've become more inspective of people because I've become so introspective. But it's not like a bad thing. But I think just people change, and it is what it is. And then I worked more when I came back here, which was actually not bad. I enjoyed that. And I started. Oh yeah, and then I had the minor, which I guess is a significant moment for my academic career because it was different. That made me really interested in biological research, so I like that. Just like studying genes and protein, there's this like puzzle solving and connecting the dots that I really enjoy, and like understanding like, oh, this gene does this in this thing, it impacts everything else like in this way. I thought it was fascinating. And then like genes, when you start looking at genes, it's kind of like a bedrock for knowledge, I feel, because every biology stuff, you can dig down and you'll eventually reach to a specific gene. And oftentimes when you're looking at genes that are transcription factors, not transcription factors, regulatory genes that regulate transcription factors, that's like a true genetic bedrock or a biological knowledge bedrock, because they control so much. You're gonna keep coming back to them, which KLF, Kruppel-like factor or something, KLF, I come across KLF a lot in IPS, and then when I was studying, when I was like researching diabetes, I think something else. And then today too, I started looking at papers for aging, and then it was like KLF 14 that came up. Fascinating. Maybe I can do something with KLF. Honestly, I kind of want to just write a paper on KLF. But no, I'm not going to keep changing. Oh yeah, I don't know. Keep changing, I think. Maybe. Yeah, there's probably a paper about KLF. But there's a paper about aging too. I don't know. But yeah, I think I fucked myself for capstone. We'll see. I don't want to. I don't want to upset my supervisor, you know. But yeah, but I guess going back, the biomedical research, there was, I think I talked about this person before, that she's so well ahead in her life, and the path seems to be very much clear, but in a way that she has she's a hard worker. Like, she hasn't just been fed from a silver spoon. Like, she paved her path. I can really say that made me very frustrated with this person, because that just makes me feel bad, you know. But respect her a lot at the same time. The thing is, like, I don't know if I ever said this, but I did have a crush on that person. But yeah, she had a boyfriend, so. But one thing I realized is, like, that's the person I really only had a crush on, so my standard is way too high. I think, at least for romantic, you know. I went on a date like 2 months ago with this person I met online. It was, God, it was bad. I'm narcissistic to say, but I try to I made it enjoyable. I think, you know. I mean, I planned everything, you know, made sure the conversation was going. But this person was just so boring and not as good looking as, you know, her profile. But I've never met such a boring person in my life. She has no passion, nothing. She studied, what? She studied to be an assistant. Like, she studied to do what Pam would do, you know, from the office. And, what else? And then she applied to some random job in the government, the tax authorities. Like, oh my god. But, like, now I kind of get. I mean, I know how dickish this sounds, but, like, now I get what sort of people might apply to those kind of jobs, because I could never, you know. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's still good, you know, it's good pay and all, but, like, I want something out of work, you know, more than just money. Experience, I guess. I mean, the thing is, like, my part times have been mostly, you know, the most valuable thing is money. The Saturday school, that was, like, actually super fun for most, or 1/3 of it, I would say. It didn't feel like working. That had, like, you know, value outside of money. Um, and, like, I don't know. Like, the part-time jobs I did, I don't know, there's some value, there's some experience out of it. Like, even the service job I'm doing right now, it's like, you know, it's like I'm now in position to kind of talk shit, but then, like, there's something there's like a soul in that job of, like, it's a very social job, you know. Um, and it's a very upbeat, active job. When it's busy, it's honestly fun. Maybe because it's distracting. Um, but it could be a fun job, and they're fun, interesting people sometimes. But I'm just thinking like desk job at tax authority. Like I can't see anything good about that other than money, and it's just I don't know. And she wasn't like the thing is if I can only like someone that's really smart. Um, so yeah, I yeah. Yeah, God, I'm just talking shit and stuff. But yeah, anyways, I guess yeah. So I went on a date, on one date. Did I go on 2 dates when I was 22? I went on another date last year. Maybe it was also when I was 22. It was the start of 22 or end of 21. I don't know. But that was I don't know. It was weird. This girl that was she could have been cute, but she was balding. I just couldn't find that attractive, and it's kind of a funny story, but we went to a secondhand store and then she just stole some cups. Like, who steals stuff in front of their for date on a first date? That's maybe she wanted to show off or something, or I don't know. It was weird. Um, she seemed she she doesn't look like a meth head, but she looked like she was on her way to become like one of those meth heads. So yeah, I just uh, I got hungry, so we just went to like a bakery and ate at a park, and like I gave up on trying to be romantic. I just wanted to eat this like nice pastry, and I was like, good shit. And and then after we said bye, we never talked. Yeah, the most part, I've been able to do like mutual ghosting or whatever. Um, the most recent date was the first time I actually had to say like reject someone and say no, which was kind of challenging, honestly. But I mean, it was through text, but I never really had to say sorry. I don't feel. Or what did I say? I think I said sorry. I'm not. I'm not. I don't think we're a good fit or whatever. After a date, it was like, yeah, I don't know, difficult stuff. I mean, it comes to um, I think this is in the realm of not necessarily confidence or insecurity. Maybe just fear, I guess. Fear of I don't know, hurting people. Okay, I'm not. I didn't want to go into that right now. Yeah, and then I guess the other highlight is I went to Cuba. For the first time, well, cause my grandma offered. And, I get to meet my cousin that I haven't met in years, and I got to meet my aunt and uncle. The uncle I haven't met in years, definitely. Um, yeah. So, And I went to Cuba because part of it is that's my heritage, you know. My American side is from Cuba. It was an interesting sight. I guess I really saw, I mean, yeah, I really saw what like poverty is. Although I've been to like a service trip in Philippines for school, but both times it just feels really weird being a privileged fuck touring around a poor area in a foreign country. Like talking about how uncomfortable it is in of itself is such a privileged take, and that makes me more uncomfortable. It's just weird, and then like Habana is completely destroyed. Like I don't get why there's an embargo imposed on Cuba. Like USSR is like gone. What's Cuba gonna do? And then the roads are destroyed. There's trash everywhere. There's so many abandoned buildings that are like fucked up. Nothing is renovated. Um, shit's like people are like fucking like dying. It's like the environment, the air is toxic and everything. And like the food is rationed. It's crazy how if you want more eggs, there's a black market for eggs if you want more than your ration. That's crazy shit. And the worst part is like seeing how these locations that are for tourists, or you go to Habana and like everything's fucked. You go a little down the road and there's like this crazy, the grandest hotel you've ever seen. And just seeing that, like the juxtaposition, like right there, is kind of crazy. Just Jesus, shit is fucked, you know. Um, but I went to the best place was I think it was called Vinales. Um, more up in the mountains, and this was more for tourists. Like not too tourist trappy. The view was amazing. The mountains, and the forest, um, and then overall the food. Oh my god, it's crazy how cheap, or I mean it was cheap. The lobsters were cheap for the most part. God, so good. And I was always going through like chicken, lobster, beef, chicken, lobster, beef. Some of the chicken dish. It's good. And I really want to make vaca fritas. I think that was really good. Oh, I made mojo de ajo de mojo, something, some garlic sauce for chicken. It didn't work out for me though. It was like too sour. Maybe I could have added a little baking soda or something. I don't know what was wrong. And then like I couldn't really taste the garlic extract that I thought I was supposed to taste from that sauce. Maybe need more garlic. Or maybe I was supposed to grind the garlic. I didn't try grinding the garlic to make the sauce. But yeah. Yeah, Cuba, and then I think that's it for 22. Yeah. And then just work. Yeah. I'm gonna waste a lot of time on my capstone, my thesis. Yeah, and I did my first self-employment, filed my first tax. I'm about to file another tax. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, usually I feel anxiety ridden, kind of insecure, but I don't know. Today it feels kind of fine. Something feels lighter. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna cherish it. Hopefully it stays. If it goes away, I guess, I just have to let it go. It would be crazy if it's literally just the weather. But I think it's also academic pressure. No, but there's something more to it. Um, Maybe because I had like good conversations with a few people recently. Maybe that's it. Maybe the last thing I want to talk about is the donation. Like there's like just a donation booth that students just leave whatever they want or whatever. And I found, first of all, I'm really bad at statistics, so I found 2 statistics textbooks that I want to start reading after I graduate. And then secondly, I found this book. It's literally brand new. And it's a Dutch book about basic food. So for example, I don't actually know what bakken is, but bakken, whatever, tells you like how to make that sort of, or you go to like this page and tells you a different dish. It tells you like all the basic cooking. There's even like, I guess this is just Sunny Side Up. They really didn't have to write all that much for Sunny Side Up, but I guess they wrote a whole fucking tip as well. Pretty cool. So, and then it's not just savory stuff. There's like caramel as well. A very nice book. I searched it up on the internet how much this costs, and this is like 135 euros. I got it for free because some generous person left it in a donation. So yeah. By the way, this is a little book that contains like fundamental info about biology, which is cool, from Cuba. So when I was in Cuba, I was with my great uncle and aunt, and my great uncle used to be actually a teacher for biology, I believe, or professor. So he had this lying around. And I said, "Can I have it?" And it's like, "Yeah, go ahead." So he gave me that. Pretty cool. So yeah, a little book about biology from Cuba. Yeah, that's it. And I guess I bought my first perfume that kind of sucks. It smells really good, but it doesn't last that long. I thought Eau de Toilette. That's like the third best, right? That's like something someone like me would buy, which is still like good quality, but I guess it lasts for like an hour and then dies. Maybe I got scammed, or I mean, that's part of the game. It smells nice though. I like the casing. There's like this little guy on it. Like a little guy. I like that. It's cool. So, yeah. It's nice sometimes when I want to feel a little confident or whatever. I just want to feel like I want to smell nice. I'll put it on. Yeah. But that's it. 50 minutes of just talking. I don't know. And then, what my expectations for 23 as a 23-year-old. I don't. Well, the thing is, this year is the make it or break it year, right? I mean, maybe I shouldn't put too much pressure on myself. I don't know. 23. While I'm 23, I would have found a job by, before I turned 24. Ideally, in the next 3 months after I graduate, I find a job. Well, if I can have a job lined up, ready, and I just start after I graduate, will be nice. Although I kind of want to take a month off. It would be nice. I would love to just bike around the area. Get to know the area more. And the country and the culture. After 3 years. Yeah. That would be nice. Just that there's not much I can do because I don't have that much money. I mean, I just said I went to a trip. Like, when things are paid for, I have money. And then, like, this perfume wasn't that expensive. I had, like, money specifically saved up for the Cuban trip. But then, like, my relatives or my family paid for basically everything. Most of it. I probably just paid for the cigar thing, ashtray. Yeah. So that's it. So yeah, I just have a job. And then maybe a better plan. I want to have like a plan for like, once I get a job, I can kind of calculate, okay, I'm gonna get this much money by this. If I can maintain my expenditure this much, I could save up enough for this. And then I really want to start investing more. But then I have I want to get a Vanguard account because I have a different account. Well, I already have a bank, like a savings bank account. Maybe it's better to invest through there. But then what I did is I started Robinhood to invest in S&P because I thought just invest through Robinhood because if it's a Roth IRA, whatever, then all I do is have to pay at the start to invest. Although I haven't paid anything for the investment. I'm like worried because also I am properly registered, but for some reason I haven't paid anything other than the fact that I paid I paid to invest. Well, the investment is the payment. I didn't pay anything to invest. But it is Roth IRA. So. But then I found out that maybe it's better to do it through a bank for like these long-term investments. Although like I got like 100 euros in return, not euros, dollars in return, more than $100, which to me sounds good, considering I started investing in October. Like, I think it's pretty nice. But then it's a Roth IRA and it's S&P. I'm not gonna, withdraw money out of it for years to come. But maybe Vanguard. I mean, I could diversify. So, we'll see. But I guess that's my plan for being a 23-year-old, and work on confidence. That's definitely one thing. Work on confidence, because God, anxiety is bad, bad, bad. But I've been already kind of working on it. I mean, today there was like a moment, like I would say 3 moments of like a little anxiety stuff that took over, or I'm just feeling insecure or whatever. But out of those two, out of the three, the 2 moments where I did push myself, and then I had a little anxiety because of that or something as a result. So at least I'm trying, you know. So yeah. And when I'm comfortable, I'm really comfortable, and then I can be really confident. And when I'm confident, like my vocabulary and my conversation skills become so much better. But oftentimes it just doesn't go that well. It's I don't know why. Just a thing, I guess. But I'm working on it. Maybe things will subside. And then, at least I only get dates through online, which I realize sucks ass, because the only people who would search for a date online are people who can't get a date in real life, which took me years to realize. Well, after a few shitty dates, I kind of clicked, like, oh wait, that must be, that makes sense. Okay. One girl wasn't really like that though. And then the other girl was really pretty. Well, this is like back in Japan. The other girl was really pretty. She just didn't have much, experience dating. So, it's not always the case that online dating is, dead end. But, yeah. I'll find other ways. It's scary. Asking someone out is scary. It's anxiety driving. Yeah. Yeah, well, one last thing. God, it's 1 hour again. I really understand, like, the idea of how someone being passionate is attractive. I did one shift for my, self-employment, through my self-employment, because I really just can't find shifts right now. But that shift, there was another colleague, was already pretty, but she started talking about what she's studying. It was about this theater management job, and then she was like talking passionately about like all these different things you have to think about while like maintaining like a musical play or whatever. And like she was getting really passionate about it, and I was like, that's attractive, I get it. And then like the manager was like, hey, quit talking. And I was like, damn, what a cock blocker, but see, but then the issue is I can, initiate a conversation, continue a conversation, but a better lack of terms, close the deal. I cannot ask for a number. I'll maybe try next time. We'll see. And that's like perfect because I would have never seen her anyways. Well, okay. I'm done. 1 hour. Again. God. It's just 20 minutes next time. Try to get it done. 20 minutes. Okay, I'm done.